I wish to call to order this work session of the Monroe County Board of Commissioners. It's May the 24th, and I will note for the record that Commissioner Thomas and I are here in the Nat U. Hill room. So we have one item so far. Mr. Cockrell.
Yes, as I'm sure you are all aware, we have a noise ordinance in the county, and the noise ordinance has a lot of specific provisions, but the general principle is we don't want any, excessive noise after 10 p.m. Until 6 a.m. So that's kind of the time. When that was put into place, and that chapter of our code is 380, that also include the commissioners may grant waivers for such things, and the one we're looking at now is results from the operation that have a well-established history in Monroe County. So when that was put in place, the Bloomington Speedway has a well-established history in Monroe County, and so there was an amendment, there was a grant to them of, for everybody else it's 10 p.m. For you guys it'll be 11 p.m. just because of how they've always operated and things like that. And so fast forward to the last year or so where you guys have been, or the county has been getting increasing calls about noises after that 11 p.m. timeline. The noise ordinance is enforced by the Sheriff's Department, and it can be enforced by other departments, but given the timing and all this, it would be the Sheriff's Department who would be the most able to respond and investigate that. And so this is basically letting the sheriff know of that history with the ordinance says 10, but it's 11 for these because of this historic nature and use of it. Nothing in this is intended to change or in any way modify that kind of decades-old arrangement with the Speedway. It's just making sure that the public who are making the complaints know the proper course for them to be issued, and then allowing the sheriff's office with the information so they can go and evaluate it when those complaints come in.
Thank you. And we have been having complaints.
Yes. Yes, we have.
I live several miles away from the Speedway, and I hear it at my house with doors and windows closed at times. So it's not just the people that live a few hundred yards away from it that are impacted. I know that. Do we need a motion for any of this?
I think you would want to approve this executive order of the Board of Commissioners.
Yeah, I move that we accept this executive order, Monroe County Board of Commissioners, executive order to enforce Monroe County Code 380.
I'll second that. And I'll point out for the public also that there, in other parts of the code, it actually defines what those noise levels are. And it's sort of like at a 50 decibel level if you're so far away from the source and things like that. And I haven't talked with Chief Deputy Parker at this point, but I know that you can download an app on your phone now that will tell you the decibel level of what's going on, and it actually records. So I think it would be a service to our county residents if we can have this enforced.
And Chief Deputy Parker stayed, and I think it would be important if he doesn't mind to address what residents should do if they hear noise from the Speedway after 11 or from anywhere else in the community after 10 p.m. We don't want people calling 911. So
we don't want that clogged up.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
First off, I talked with Jeff a little bit about this last week. We've already reached out to the administration there at the track. We've had conversations with them. So our hope is obviously that we can do this with talking and just coming to an agreement, basically, so that the track and the citizens who live around there are served well. So having said that, It's just as simple as calling the dispatch center, and they'll create a card for us to go out there, and that number is 812-349-2781. That's the non-emergency number, because like I said, we certainly don't want to be tying up 911 for that, but it's that simple, and we'll respond out there and take whatever action is appropriate at that time, so.
Right, and that number's answered on weekends and evenings?
Yes,
and- yeah.
24/7.
Thank you.
Yes.
So that was 812-349-2781, is that correct?
Yes.
Great. I appreciate that, and I
Okay.
really appreciate the fact that you've already had a conversation with Mr. Cockrell about some of
Yeah,
this.
I'm sure we'll have further conversation, but
Yeah. Yeah.
no one wants this to be an adversarial
Yes.
situation, not you, not the citizens. I just know that you're voicing the concerns that have been voiced to you. So.
We're just passing it along.
Okay.
And I think it's just, yeah, it's so smart just to work with them directly. Appreciate that effort. That means a lot.
Yes. Yes. Is there any public comment on this item? Or did you have anything else you wanted to add? I'm sorry.
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. So was there any public comment? Seeing none, I will call for a vote on the Monroe County Board of Commissioners Executive Order to enforce Monroe County Code 380. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 2-0. Is there any other item for the work session? Mr. Cockrell, Ms. Purdy? No?
I think
Great. Okay.
Okay, then we'll,
I will talk to, I think Mr. Carmen was interested in this, what we just approved. I'll just talk to him after this and see if he has any concerns, and if he does, I'll make sure you're aware of them.
okay, appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. This meeting is adjourned. We'll see you next week.